you got to say?
So Vivek was asked live, would he be Trump's VP?
I'm sure he said yes.
Or let me see. Let me make sure I'm phrasing that right. Yeah, it was asked live, and they said, Benny said they stunned. They're stunned on his response. So let's see what the stun is. I hope it's a yes or no.
Y'all, we're
tired of being
getting
led to
better.
the water. Oh, I'm gonna say to y'all, man. Hey, listen.
We have been down for a few days.
Yeah.
My Snapper Red TV squad is also Seaborn Snapper Squad. I'm coming through for you tomorrow.
Y'all know I said
By
on
Friday, you'll see a video.
Y'all know I said on the community board that flu was
been rough.
The flu was worse. To me, it was worse than COVID.
telling
So yeah. So we getting back in order. Y'all can still hear it a little bit right there, but it's going away.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
Stop this. I cannot.
We live in a cynical world, and we work in the business of tough competitors.
Oh, is that Vivek?
I love you. You complete me.
Oh no.
You had me at Hilara Bar.
Wait.
Hello.
But I'm mad they got him
What's
as
up,
a
guys?
woman.
Boy
now.
Benny. I assume you're like us, and when
cannot.
Donald Trump speaks, you listen. Even if you hate Donald Trump, you have to listen. He's too entertaining. Every time I see Donald Trump on stage, I have to crack a smile because the guy's just funny. He's naturally funny. He's entertaining, and he's captivating. And when he's talking, everybody pays attention. So when Donald Trump posted our post on X, on Truth Social, from last week, asking whether his vice president is on stage, we said, okay, well, we're going to listen. And we're going to assume that Donald Trump's trying to tell us something here. So what is Donald Trump telling us? Well, on stage, there were a bunch of members of Congress.
Right.
There were senators. There were various people who are assumed to be in Donald Trump's short list for vice president. But standing right behind Donald Trump was Vivek Ramaswamy. You can see there. This is the image that Donald Trump decided to post.
Okay.
Say, is Donald Trump's VP on stage? Flanking Donald Trump is Vivek Ramaswamy and J.D. Vance. Very, very interesting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, check out this photo from today. Here's President Trump, and standing right behind him is Vivek Ramaswamy. There he is again.
Wait a minute now.
Some people have said Vivek's out of the VP contention. That's not what our sources say inside of the Trump campaign. And Donald Trump seems to be posting quite a bit about Vivek. Also very, very proud of Vivek defending him in front of the court today.
Let's go.
Now, Vivek Ramaswamy has long been rumored to be atop the list of somebody who would work inside of the Trump campaign, somebody who would serve the president in some capacity.
Yeah.
Some have said that Vivek will be the next vice president. We don't know. We're not sure. Everybody inside the Trump campaign tells us that this decision will be made in Trump time. Now, what Donald Trump just said in an interview is that he plans on making that decision at the convention, or at least announcing it at the convention. And Trump time means Donald Trump watches the news, feels the energy, and makes a decision based on his gut. That's how he's always operated. We asked Vivek Ramaswamy about this, and Vivek says, my commitment is to do whatever I can do to maximally help this country. Whatever it takes, I am ready for it. Of course, you've seen Donald Trump walking into Mar-a-Lago with Vivek. This certainly looks like a ticket here. Vivek and his wife Apoorva, along with Melania Trump there. You've seen Donald Trump and Vivek take the stage together. Donald Trump saying Vivek is a dynamo. And that Vivek, hey, we got to save the country. And you're going to be seeing more from Vivek. Donald Trump calling Vivek up on stage.
Come on.
Let's go.
And right after this, he says, we need to win. We need to win. So Vivek did a recent, very long-form podcast with the PBD podcast. And he was...
Yeah, you caught that, though. You said, we need to win. He didn't... That was within the same sentence. So, wait a minute now. Okay.
asked point blank, will you be Donald Trump's vice president? Will you serve in the Trump administration? We thought that Vivek's answer to this was quite interesting because it's something we've never heard him say before. We've heard Vivek say he's looking forward to debating Kamala Harris. We've heard Vivek say, obviously, very nice things about Donald Trump and bash Kamala Harris and so on, sort of like nibbling around the cookie of the VP question. But this is the first time we've ever heard Vivek say it's his moral obligation to run for VP, to become vice president, if asked by Donald Trump. Check this out.
Let's talk about current jobs. Let's just say the president calls you. former president who's running right now. Trump calls it, he wins. Vivek, I want you to be the VP. I want you to be, after he wins, the AG. I want you to be Secretary of Commerce. I want you to be, is there any job you would say no to if he called you to say, I want you to help me with XYZ job?
Well, look, I think it would work more like a conversation, right? In terms of where am I going to have maximal impact? And if he proposed a job where I thought I wasn't going to be effective, I thought I wasn't going to make best use of my skill set, I've got a relationship with Donald Trump who I respect immensely, where we're going to have a conversation about that and actually set up for maximal impact for the country. If he knows who I am and we've got to know each other really well, if after knowing all of that, he would ask me to be vice president, or you brought up that example, let's just answer really honestly. Anybody who cares about this country, who's aligned with his vision in the Republican Party today, if they're asked to be vice president, is going to say yes and has a responsibility to say yes. And so I think that goes without saying.
So, yes.
This is very interesting. We've never heard Vivek use this kind of language.
Nope.
Before. That is actually my moral obligation and responsibility, along with anybody that Trump asks to be VP. It shows you sort of the way that Vivek is thinking about it and looking at it, and he views it as a duty, which is, of course, a very, I think, positive way to actually look at this job. Now, Vivek was asked further along in the conversation whether he is going to be running in 2028 for the presidency. I thought this was very, very interesting. Vivek giving sort of the guardrails as to why he would run for president in 2028 after a Trump term. After the next president, will Vivek run again?
Question with
The
that
amenities,
follow-up.
the amenities in that White
Let's
House.
say
I think.
hypothetically,
And a free car.
let's say hypothetically Trump does lose. Hypothetically, does that mean all but certain you're gonna throw your
Well,
candidate?
look, I think if Trump loses, this country's in deep trouble.
Yes.
Right? And my work for
Only
this
one
country,
here.
all
Can't
of our
even
work for this
imagine.
country can't wait for even 4 years. That's got to start immediately. And so that's the way I'm approaching it even right now. I think we're skating on thin ice as a country. Every one of us has to look ourselves in the eye and say, how are we going to make a difference now? I'm not going to plant. Who knows if 4 years from now is going to look even the way it does today. You got to start right now. And so that's the urgency with I'm approaching this year. I think politics is not the only way to drive positive change in the country. People forget that. A lot of this is going to happen through the private sector, through our educational system. I've lived the American dream, be smarter through philanthropy even. I think there are a lot of different ways that we must be required to drive that change in the country. And so, as I said, the only chance I would run for president in the future is if I felt like the future of the country depended on someone like me stepping up to do it. And let's hope we're not there.
So that's
I
very
gotcha.
interesting. Vivek saying, using sort of the... It's funny, the more you think about it. It's exactly what Donald Trump said. Trump said the exact same thing. Interview from the 70s. Famous interview. Will you run for president? No. I want to be a philanthropist. I want to be a businessman. I would never do it unless things got so terrible, so bad that I had to do it. Well,
right.
where are we now? Donald Trump
Right.
So
is
terrible and
president.
bad,
This is
that's
his
what-
third campaign for president.
Wow.
Pressed on this issue one more time, Vivek had this to say.
Country, I don't believe this country requires somebody to step up and actually make that sacrifice. If we're back to normal times, hell no, I'm not running for president. But the only reason I would do it is if I believed this country actually required it. So I'm hoping, this as one man, I'm hoping that we're not there. And if we are there, that means there's a job that needs to be done because I'm doing it as a father, right? I want my kids to grow up in a country greater than the one that I grew up in and that my parents came to. I hope that's not the position we're going to be in 2028. After 4 successful years of Trump's presidency, I hope that this is a job that somebody else can do to carry forward. But if it's required, that means it's going to be urgent for the future.
Vivek, you mean to tell me the $400,000 a year salary doesn't attract you?
Well, now you didn't mention that part. Now I got to rethink that. I got to rethink this, buddy.
Tax-free, too.
Tax-free
You're
400.
president, you don't pay taxes on that. So there you go, babe. This is the look. Vivek saying that he would only run if he's forced to. Well, whoever heard that before. And then 2, Vivek saying, listen, guys, it's my moral obligation to be Donald Trump's VP. Interesting times we live in. Let's see what happens. Donald Trump saying it's going to happen at the convention. We'll be watching.
Ooh,
Hope you're watching
yes.
with us. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Benny. See ya.
Okay. That was good. Now, who do you think? And what do you think?
If it's not Vivek, it's gonna be just a
Wow.
surprise choice of somebody who you would have never thought he would have picked. It's either gonna be Vivek or some complete
random person.
It's
Who was
only-
the
it's-
lady that keeps popping up? That was also. She's not a familiar face to me, but she's become more familiar because I've seen her, and she's been like the wild card.
I don't know.
I can't remember her
it-
name,
it
but
was
she's
somebody
popped up a
and
couple of
people were
times.
and people were like, oh, they were like, oh, who is this person? And people
Right.
were asking like, who is this?
Yes, she's not your Carrie Lake. She's not your the other lady that we know he's not gonna pick. Can't think of her name right now.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Nikki Haley.
Her.
Of course not.
But I'm just saying, it's like, oh, who's she? And she did an interview, was it with Tucker?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I might need to go and look her up. But since we've been into this political race and we've been diving in doing, our homework, I really feel like Vivek in our times right now, especially, would be a great VP.
He would be.
Pick. Because earlier on, we were like, oh, we don't know,
Because, we
But-
had our reason.
But now, he's been the number one supporter since, they got on the same train. He's just been like the most vocal, even out of other congressmen. And then we see what's happened in this trial when he got up there and spoke and said what he said. And those other two congressmen also spoke. But what he said was so profound. I was like, man, you better come on here. Come on.
I think it's already been presented to him, but his conversations around it. It's been conversations that Donald Trump has had with him about that, and I think it'll reveal itself. But again, like I said, it's either going to be Vivek or just somebody that's completely off the panel. We don't know.
I will be disappointed if it's somebody other than Vivek.
Yeah,
honestly.
I will be too, and I'm hoping it's Vivek, and I really think it's going to be him. But Trump could pull a wild card and say, hey, I need Vivek for this. But I want this person for that because I want to, it's no telling.
Because it's going to take us 8 years to get back in the game. The 4 years he's in office is going to help us get back, I feel like, building our momentum and ironing some things out. But is that going to put us all the way back straight compared to what's going on right now and what he's been doing since he's been in office? I don't think so.
No, not
It's gonna,
4 years. Like you said, it's going to take almost close to 10 to reverse.
It's going to take that 4 years to unwind and unravel some of the things that he's tried to put into place since he's been in office.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And listen, there are diehard
You got
people.
kale in your teeth.
For real?
I just saw it on the side. Yeah, right there.
Get it.
You ain't brush your teeth, but you got on camera, boy. No, don't you taste it? Put your tongue right there and get it off. Yeah. Okay.
There are diehard people that are. I believe if you still want Joe Biden as your president, you for stagnation and delay. And that's a lifestyle of
it's just
stagnation and
because
delay.
you are going along because you do not want to accept change and what's really been going on.
But that's the people that I've seen.
I
And
mean,
I see people on YouTube, and I see people online, and anybody that want to go
Still.
it's a stagnation and delay.
I can't
kinda
understand
mindset.
it. I just cannot. I cannot wrap my mind
You got
around
the
it, and
hoodest,
I
hoodest
cannot.
black people like, man,
Please.
man, get that nigga Trump in there, man. Boy, you gotta get
I just can't.
twin.
I just cannot.
Get
There is
Trump in there,
no
man.
logical explanation as to why somebody still want to be voting for him. I'm sorry. But that was good. I'm curious to see now if this is going to be his VP because I'm really getting excited because I was like, I kind of lost my excitement to find out who it was because I had no idea. And then it kept like the yo-yo effect.
Yeah.
It's out. It's him, Vivek. Then, nah, it's somebody else. And then Vivek is like, no, I'm not going to be in the running for VP. I'm like, no. Then, DeSantis was out. It's like, okay, what's going on here now? So who do we have? So I'm getting excited again.
Me too. So 2024 is going to be a epic year. It is an epic year. It's
You mean November?
November. Where
November.
is that? The second dimension of
Y'all
Earth?
better get out and vote in November.
In Earthium, we have November, September, January,
Ooh, I can't breathe, y'all.
June.
Yes, June. November. Make sure y'all are out at the
The
polls.
Gucci name all those months.
Ooh, yes. Don't you miss up your opportunity. Don't you miss out your opportunity to be at the polls by any means necessary. Do not do a mail-in ballot, no online.
I think our people are smart. That's one thing we don't have to worry about. Our people are smart. They're not going to go do no
get
goofy,
yourselves to the polls.
stagnated, past tense. contracted kind of stuff, they're not going to go back and mail in vote.
I hope
unless
not.
you just physically cannot do it, which is understandable. But if you can and your legs work and your arms work.
Or
and,
even if they don't, and you got somebody that can take you there, that you got transportation that can help you get there, you got it covered. They will help you at the polls. You just got to get your physical body there. It means more than anything. It's like air.
because I cannot. It's
like air.
It's some people out there that's going for Joe Biden that I really want to silence. So I cannot wait.
Stop it.
Cannot wait for that to end.
Stop it. Okay, great people. You know what it is.
But you know what?
You know
people
what
that's
it
haters
is.
don't even watch our channel, so folk won't even know.
You'll be surprised. They say they don't, but they low key
Yep.
through the little blinds.
Eating popcorn.
Stop it. Okay, y'all. But this is good. This is good. Let us know in the comment section what you think, if it's going to be Vivek. Many of you have already told us on a live or two who you were kind of feeling. So what are you thinking now, guys? Time has changed. It's May. Where we at? Give us some comments in the comment section and let us know who your pick is and what y'all thinking.
2024 be more.
Talk less.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah.